Hello everybody, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to episode 8 of the Jordantheresa podcast. I know I said last episode was episode 8, but I lied, I miscounted, I got way too ahead of myself. This episode is episode 8, and I know I feel like I say this a lot, but I do look incredible today. Basically, I've got myself a cider. Lem bought it for me from the shop, strawberry and lime, by the brothers? Just brothers. No, drop the. Drop the. Just Facebook. You know if you know. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of, if you can't stand this sound of people drinking, soz. Sorry in advance. Sorry that I took over a year off to cut you bitches some slack. No, sorry that I took last week off. I just had a really, really crazy busy week when it came to just like work. Oh god, guys, I had such a crazy busy week with work. No, but I actually did. I was on a bit of a time crunch with the Love is Blind video because there was a deadline, and I got it all done in time by some miracle, guys. I managed to edit that video in 2 days. One of the days though I was working, I started at 9 a.m. and I finished at midnight because like my phone was beginning to pack in, because basically what I do is I took screenshots from the show on my phone, then airdrop them over to my laptop because it's just easier to put, it's just quicker basically. And because my phone had gone on low power mode, I basically store everything in iCloud. The iCloud, it stopped storing things, and it kept saying my stuff was full, and then it wouldn't even let me open TikTok because my phone was like so jam-packed full of stuff, because the bloody iCloud switched off. Does anyone even know how iCloud works? Because I don't. Like, I sort of been just putting my trust in Steve Jobs because I have no idea how iCloud works. Sorry, didn't mean to start that out with that today. But yeah, no, that's why I took a week off, because I did my Love is Blind video, just put it out today. By the way, sorry, there's so many thoughts swirling in my mind right now because I haven't done a podcast in over a week. So yeah, no, I'm filming a weekly vlog this week for my actual main YouTube channel, basically just like how I sort of work in my week, how I make my videos, stuff like that. Because I know a lot of you guys are actually interested in it. Whether I actually upload it is a different question. But you know, so I was doing a week in the life, and I've already explained it in my week in the life, but maybe I'll just explain it here as well, just in case you guys don't watch the video, and also just in case I don't even. Lem,
please don't.
What is it?
Don't hit me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, so I've already explained this in the weekly vlog, but just in case that vlog genuinely doesn't see the light of day, Love is Blind video kind of flopped on the views. Kind of flopped a little bit of views. It's a 10 of 10. Basically, again, oh god, I feel like I'm just complaining about being a YouTuber. I'm not. Let me finish. See, I'm already so defensive as well. I'm like, no, guys, I swear, no one said anything. No one is mad at me. Anyways, so basically it's a 10 of, basically, sorry, let me start again. YouTube has a ranking system in like YouTube Studio where all of the videos are ranked out of 10. So like out of your last 10 videos, how it performs. And it's amazing when you get a 1 of 10. Okay, I love that feature when I get a 1 of 10. But when I get a 10 of 10, oh, I hate that bitch. I hate that bitch. And basically it was a 10 of 10, but I'm actually not that bothered because number one, I had such a good time filming and editing that video. Obviously, like I was stressed. Like I was just overcome with stress. Like it was just a stressful time, but like the actual end product I'm so ridiculously proud of. I think it teetered off a little bit at the end because I was in a rush, but like I was so proud of that video. That baby could have gotten 100 views and I would have been absolutely chuffed. So I wasn't too fussed on the views, and also everyone that was leaving comments was like really engaged and seemed very invested in the actual show, which I just love. So that was really nice. And then sorry, I'm already losing my train of thought. God, this podcast and stuff really isn't for me. And also, like, I am doing so many different things. Like, I feel like I'm very much in sort of a very, I don't know, creative headspace, I guess. I don't know. Like, I've got my videos, I've got another one planned, and then I've also got my podcast. So, like, it's not like it's the end of the world because I'll just record a podcast episode. And do you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of the time, 6 months ago, I was only doing YouTube and I was doing one video essay a month, and I would put my absolute all into this one video essay. Sometimes not my absolute all if I was like severely depressed like I was at the beginning of last year. But like sometimes I'll put my absolute all into a video and it just wouldn't do well, and that's like really shit if that's been the only thing you've been putting your energy into, if that makes sense. But because I'm putting my energy into other things, I really am not that fussed. Obviously, I'm a bit miffed. I'd rather it have performed well, but I didn't go into like a massive existential crisis like I normally do when stuff like that happens. And also, like, I hate to be a YouTuber that complains about the YouTube algorithm. And this isn't me complaining, by the way, because it's just the way it is. Like, I'm still, my views are still like really good, and I'm still really happy with my channel, and I still like all my subscribers. Like, guys, we're literally such a good bunch. Like, we are literally all such a good bunch. Like, every single one of my subscribers is good. It's impeccable vibes, like good vibes, unmistakably good vibes. So like, I'm not like, I'm happy with my audience, I'm happy with my views, etc, etc, etc. But like, in the last 6 months, I just haven't had a video, no matter how well it does on the views, like hit that sweet spot in the algorithm like my other videos have. And I feel like YouTube has probably like changed it. I don't know. To be fair, this isn't me complaining, like it's just the way that it is. But like, because of that, like, even if a video did do really well, the likelihood of it hitting that sweet spot is so slim that like, I'm not that fussed whether, obviously I'm happier when a video does well. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm just not super upset the same way that I would normally be, that because my video hasn't done well, because I'm really happy with it. I'm putting my energy into other things. And also I just feel like people are watching YouTube a lot less at the moment. I'm watching YouTube a lot less at the moment. What YouTube videos am I watching? I am watching Teen Noir. I am watching Emma Neal and Keelan Moncrief for like lifestyle stuff. Moya Mawini for lifestyle stuff as well. I'm watching Mike's Mike, and I am watching Madison Brown. And that's basically it. I don't really watch anyone else. Which is a shame. I don't know. I've sort of just like, I haven't necessarily lost my love. I just feel like there's a lot less content at the moment. Or maybe sometimes there is just so much, like there's so many video essays to watch that I get like really overwhelmed. If that makes sense. I feel like that sounds really stupid. But yeah, no, the reason why I am looking so glam today is because I'm actually going to Eleanor's Christmas party. Very exciting. So originally I was going to wear this like checkered, is that the right word? Gingham. Yeah, no, like gingham dress from Peachy Dead. And it's at the post office, I think. I'm not sure, but I think it's at the post office, and the post office closed for industrial action today, so I couldn't go get it. But that's fine. Keep striking, guys. Keep striking. That sounded really sarcastic. It's actually not. Like, I wholeheartedly support strikers, by the way, just in case anyone gets it twisted. So instead I'm wearing, just in case you're not watching, I'm wearing this white dress from RUMI. I would show you guys the rest of it, but the cups are really see-through, and like, I'm not trying to get an age restriction. I'm wearing this white RUMI dress, and then I've got my Ugg boots on, my ankle brown Ugg boots, and then I've got a pair of, I'm not wearing them now because I'm wearing my headphones, but I've got my white earmuffs, and guys, I literally look so cute. I look so cute today. I'm obsessed. So today is going to be a little bit of a random, eclectic one. I did actually ask you guys to give me your relationship dilemmas so I could give relationship advice, but I'm just not in the mood this week. I'm not in the mood to be an agony aunt this week. I'm sorry. But next week, I think I'm going to do that one. Next week, I'm definitely going to do that one, actually. So don't worry, guys. You haven't just sent all of your relationship problems into the abyss, okay? Your agony aunt, JT, will be answering those next week. So I've got like first thing to talk about, fucking Spotify Wrapped came out, obviously, and I got my podcast Wrapped. Basically, like, if you have a podcast, you get like a little wrapped thing of your stats, and to be fair, they stopped taking the stats in, I think, around September, so this is only for 4 episodes of podcast, by the way, guys. And where have I done with the screenshots? 1 second, sorry, guys. So 56% of my listeners follow me. Make sure you go follow me. And I'm in the top 1% of most followed podcasts. Thanks, guys. That's so cool. Sorry, I literally have like no idea what all this podcast stuff really is, to be honest. Like, I'm truly just winging it. But also, like, I really want to rename the podcast, but I'm not sure if I do. Let me know if you guys want me to rename the podcast, because basically, like, I feel like the Jordan Theresa podcast is such a boring name. Like, the Jordan Theresa podcast. Like, how boring. Like, every single person I know has such a cool name. Sorry if you can hear my neighbour's dog bark. Such a cool name for their podcast, apart from me. The *Jordantheresa Podcast. What was running through my brain when I thought of that name? To be fair, it was meant to be a stand-in name. And, yeah, no, now I just can't really think of one. I literally can't think of a podcast name. And now I feel like the *Jordantheresa Podcast has swung back around to being quite iconic. Like, whenever anyone goes, oh, what's it called? I go, the *Jordantheresa Podcast. They have a little giggle. They have a little laugh. So it's not too bad. And then, guys, with my 4 episodes, we broke into 2 charts. How cool. One of them, we were at number 19. That is so cool. So thank you, guys. I mean, I'm obviously going to be posting every single week, bar a few weeks when I'm too busy with work. But next year, like, it's just going to be such a good year for the podcast. Maybe I'll get some guests on if that's what you guys want. Yeah, no, like, I just feel like next year is going to be a really, really good year for the podcast. Thank you guys all for listening. Again, hate to promo myself, but if you are listening on Spotify or Apple, don't forget to give it a rating. Don't forget to follow the podcast as well. Whatever platform you're on, just give it a little bit of love. Because I always notice it. I need to start actually liking and replying to the comments. I read all of them and I'm like, and I like tell my boyfriend about them and stuff, but like I don't actually reply to them. So if anyone thinks that they're commenting into the abyss and I don't read it, I do. I'm just shit at liking comments. I'm going to start from now. I'm really sorry. That's such like a cringy influencer thing to be bad at replying to comments. It's just, it gets overwhelming. That's such an ick. That is literally such an ick. Oh my God, guys, I get overwhelmed by so many comments. I will never say that again. But yeah, no, I am going to start, like, just so you know, I do read all of them. So Spotify Wrapped. Mine is embarrassing. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't really listen to music like that. Like, sorry. And I know that sounds stupid. Like, that sounds like, do you remember that? Oh my God, throwback. When Curtis Connor made those videos about the 17 magazine dating show, Bestie Picks Bae? Bestie and Bae? Bestie Picks Bae. Basically, Curtis Connor, this YouTuber, and his friend Dean made a series reacting to this 17 show called Bestie Picks Bae. And one of the guys on there listens to whatever's on the radio and doesn't really watch movies. And it was like, what does this guy like? What does he do? That is me when it comes to me. No, it's not me when it comes to music. Like, I have my playlist. I mostly just listen to TikTok songs. Like, back in, back like 7 years ago when Vine was a thing, I used to get all of my music taste from Vine edits, specifically the Walking Dead Vine edits. By the way, if I also had a Vine edit account, I was a Vine editor. You are real if you used to make Vine edits, by the way. And I used to make Vine edits of The Walking Dead. And I remember I was talking to a guy. This is actually about my ex-boyfriend. And when I was talking to my ex-boyfriend, this was when I was like 18, and I hadn't, that Vine was gone by then, so I didn't do it anymore, but I said, I was like, oh, I actually used to have an edit account, and I sent him one of my edits. It was literally, I'm not even embarrassed about it. I thought it was cool, and it is still cool. Editors are cool. And like, I think he said something like, oh my God, that's so cringy. But you know what, guys? It's not. They were like aesthetic Walking Dead edits. Guys, they were actually fucking sick. They were so good. I wish I could get those videos back. I feel like they must be on some kind of laptop somewhere. I wish that I had access to those edits. So that's where I used to get all my music taste from like 8 years ago, was from Vine edits. And now TikTok edits are, guys, I feel like I'm reliving my childhood. I'm so glad that TikTok edits are a thing, because they're absolutely amazing, and they always have the best, sorry, I'm drinking a cider, they always have the best tunes. So that's basically where I get all my music taste from, is TikTok. And I basically just like songs. I keep it all in one jumbled file, apart from I recently made one playlist called All My Favorites. I might tell you guys that playlist actually. Let me run through my my top songs of 2022. First of all, guys, my second most listened to artist is the Glee cast. I literally don't even know what to say. And I know exactly what it was about. It was because I listened to Quinn and Santana's cover of Take My Breath Away so many times in February. I was absolutely obsessed with it. And that's the thing. I don't really listen to like specific artists that much. I literally just like songs. And then if I really like a song, I will literally listen to it on repeat for days and days and days and days. Like I will hyperfixate on it. And my number one most played song of the year was Tech It. You know the, oh my God, I'm about to sing. I watch the moon, let it run my mood, can't stop thinking of you. And that's me and Lem's song. I don't know whether he agrees, but whenever I'm playing that song, I think of Lem. And I literally had that song on repeat so much that the band, I'm assuming it's pronounced Cafoon or Cafuné. There's an accent on the E. I'm guys, you do realise I'm actually French. That sounds sarcastic, but my dad is French. Yeah, I don't speak a lick of French. Anyways, I listened to that song so much that band was my number one played artist, and the only song I played was Tech It and Tech It, open bracket, sped up, close bracket. So Tech It was my number one played song, and I wholeheartedly agree. It's actually one of my favourite songs. Let me make sure I add it to my absolute favourites. All my favourites. Oh, it's already on there. Perfect. Okay, so next one, Lauren, I Can't Say Forever. This is like, guys, this is the influence that my friends who listen to techno have had on me. It's actually a really good song. I then have Right Down the Line, Jerry Rafferty. That is the song. Again, I heard it in Euphoria before anyone fucking starts on me. It's the song that goes, right down the line. Oh, great song. And then this song, Love on My Mind by Freemasons, was on my top listen to 5, and I didn't even like that song that much, so I'm confused. Then Oops, Oh My, Tweet and Missy Elliott, Hug Me, Pharrell Williams. Sorry, that song is just good. Passion, Pink Pantheress, Boogie Nights, Heatwave, Love at First Sight, Kylie Minogue, Drink Before the War, Sinead O'Connor, Holding Out for a Hero, Bonnie Tyler, Take My Breath Away, Glee Cast, Carolina Carabella, George Benjor and Torquino, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, 1985 Bo Burnham, A Pearl, Mitski, Give It To Me Timbaland, Latas Bonita, Glee Cast, Techno Disco Tool, Melody, Everybody Dance Chic, Rumours, Lizzo, Cardi B. I'm not going to go through the rest. Those are basically my most listened to songs. And I only had 4,000 minutes of like listening to songs. I didn't listen to music like that. There's no artist that I'm particularly fixated on. Thank God, because apparently trying to get concert tickets is like an absolute bloodbath at the moment. So thank God. Thank God I'm not into listening to music that much. Basically, I only listen to music when I'm walking to places, like when I'm out and about, and most of the time, I spend most of the time indoors. Okay? Like I don't like, oh my God, sorry guys. Boots is sleeping on the floor right now, guys. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with her. She looks so cute. I'm taking a picture. Sorry guys, she is literally adorable. What was I saying? God, sorry, I've lost my trail of thought. So I don't, and I'm in the house all the time, but I don't listen to music when I'm in the house. I just play podcasts all the time because I have to fill the silence. Otherwise, my brain is like really noisy and like self-deprecating and horrible, and it's like actually hell. And it's like kind of like fucked up knowing that I'll probably never be able to enjoy the silence of like my own brain and my own self because I hate myself so much. Anyways, so by the way, half joking, half serious. So let me I might run you guys through my, whilst we're on Spotify, whilst we're here, who wants to have a little sneaky peek into my absolute favourites playlist? So where is it? All my favourites. Okay. So we have 1985, Bo Burnham, Cry by Cigarettes After Sex, A Pearl, Mitski, Tech It, Cafoon, Take My Breath Away, Glee Cast, Oops, Oh My, Missy Elliott. Let's start at the bottom. Okay, because you've already had all that. Sober, Ellie Ingram. Call the Shots, Girls Aloud. Oh, such a good song. Adorn, Miguel. Come Over, Estelle, Sean Paul. Very underrated Sean Paul song. I never hear anyone hear about that song. I fucking love Estelle. Love you, babes. Rules, Doja Cat. Teenage Fever, Drake. Streets, Doja Cat. In the Party, Flo Milli. That was one of my most played songs. I think 2020. Yeah, no, I think it was on my 2020 Wrapped. Fade, Solo Music, All Fired Up, The Saturdays. Oh, what a fucking good song. We Are the People, Empire of the Sun. Do You Mind, Crazy Cousins remix, Paleface, Millionaire, Khalees and Andre 3000, love Khalees, When Sun Goes Down, Arctic Monkeys, Running Up That Hill, Kate Bush. Sorry, I realise that this must be extremely boring. Have to mention the fact that Out of Touch by Hall & Oates is in this playlist because that is my all-time favourite song. I have it tattooed to the back of my leg, and I feel like I've told this story on the podcast before, but I have it tattooed to the back of my leg, posted it on Instagram, and I didn't even tag them. I think my friend sent it to them, and they left a comment. Hall & Oates left a comment on my Instagram. That is so cool! Fucking love that song. So, sorry, let's actually get into the podcast today. I have a few things I want to talk about. A few little miscellaneous things. This might be a slightly short episode, but also we're already at 20 minutes. So, Well, the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is, okay, this is really, really stupid, but I had a self-esteem crisis. You're in a crisis. I'm on my way. I had an absolute self-esteem crisis the other day, and I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's like just, I don't know, I guess a bit interesting. I don't know. And I feel like it's so weird when I'm talking about the fact that I had a self-esteem crisis when, like, right now I'm looking in the viewfinder and I think I look really good. Like, I'm obsessed with myself, blah, blah, blah. But, like, okay, let me just explain. So, basically, I was like, I need to do something different. I'm bored with the way that I look. So first of all, I cut my hair. Well, this isn't my hair. I cut my extensions. Got some money pieces in the front. Sorry, this little strip is like bringing me back to lockdown, but I don't know why anyone shits on it because I think this is fucking cool. So I got some blonde money pieces, cut my hair short. It looks really, really good. And then basically I was like, why don't I get eyelash extensions? And then I could start doing like natural makeup because basically I was like, I'm going to embrace my natural features. And I did my makeup and I got my eyelash extensions done, did my makeup, and I was like, oh, I look really gross. And the thing is, I don't like to have these conversations because I feel like it goes against all of my feminist morals to talk about myself like this and to talk about things like feeling ugly. But also, like, the reason I feel this way is because of patriarchy, is because of beauty standards, is because of misogyny. So, like, I feel like these are necessary conversations to have, even though they are uncomfortable conversations to have. If that makes sense. Let me know if you guys don't want me to talk about stuff like this again, because I understand if it might be, like, a little bit triggering, maybe. But basically, I was like, oh, I look really weird. And I messaged my friends and they were like, oh, you look really nice. Like, you probably just aren't used to, because they were like, obviously they were quite natural eyelash extensions. I think they were like hybrid eyelash extensions. And they were like, you know what, you're probably not used to it. Also, it's probably like a little bit like, I feel like I have a little bit of body dysmorphia when it comes to my face. Like, I don't really know what I look like. And you are your own worst critic, aren't you? And then I filmed a video with this makeup, and this was the Love is Blind video. I filmed it and I hated the way that my makeup looked. And usually my friend Jake edits my videos, but he's super busy at the moment, so he couldn't. And I was like, I cannot just stare at this makeup for 20 hours plus. I will hate every second. I ended up refilming the video, but basically what I did is I had a massive fucking cry. I was like, I'm so ugly, I'm hideous. I have to put all this makeup on to look good. It's not fair. Cried my eyes out, removed my eyelash extensions myself with remover, got a little bit of the eyelash extension remover in my eye, and it was so painful I wet myself a little bit. TMI, but it happened, okay? And yeah, no, I've just been sort of thinking about that because, like, it's really weird when you think that you're in a really good place when it comes to your self-esteem, and then when you do something like get eyelash extensions and you know, basically I feel like with my makeup I really manipulate my features, and then when I was sort of got the eyelash extensions on and I tried to do natural makeup, I realized that, like, oh, I'm not happier with the way that I look, I'm just good at doing makeup and I'm happy with my makeup. And that was like a really weird thing to experience. I don't really know where I was going with this. But basically, like, it was just, like, a little bit upsetting to feel like I felt like I was in a really, really good place when it came to sort of, like, self-acceptance and stuff, when like I'm not really, I guess. Or maybe it's just because it could be as simple as I don't like the way that eyelash extensions look on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could just be like a thing where, look, eyelash extensions, they can make your eyes look a little bit small, like much smaller than if you stick a pair of strip lashes on. Maybe that's the problem. Or maybe it's like I actually truly do think that I'm ugly, which like I really hope I don't feel that way. It could have just been a bad day. It could just be me not liking the eyelash extensions. Sorry, I feel like this is like the stupidest thing to complain about ever. But it's just sort of been on my mind. Like, it's really, really weird as well to grow up, and I don't want to say I grew up ugly because like I was not ugly. I was not ugly. It's just I grew up with nobody perceiving me as attractive. Like, up until the age of 20, I was never, ever, ever perceived as pretty or hot or attractive, nothing like that. Literally used to get called ugly to my face. The first insult that ever got thrown into my face was, you're ugly, da da da. And I actually saw a TikTok today where someone said that I've never seen an ugly anti-feminist, and someone responded to it saying, well, yeah, because when you're not ugly, it's a lot harder to see the problems of misogyny, if that makes, I'm wording that really badly. It was worded way, way better. Basically, women who don't fit societal beauty standards are more likely to experience misogyny. And so I grew up with people perceiving me as ugly. And so I feel like a lot of like the whole, like me literally having a breakdown over a fucking pair of eyelash extensions, I'm literally so dramatic. A lot of that is rooted in sort of past like feelings and emotions and almost a little bit of trauma in a way of being perceived as ugly. And guys, I cannot even begin to tell you the stark difference of the way that people treated me when I started to conform more into beauty standards. Yeah, no, I cannot even begin to explain like the stark difference. Before, when I was perceived as ugly, literally people like, as in the people that I used to work with, men in general, just men like would not even give you the time of day, wouldn't even converse with you, wouldn't even talk to you. If I was working with someone on shift and I said, they wouldn't even say hi to me, but they would say hi to the other girls that worked there. Like, it was insane. Like, the difference was crazy. And then when I started to be perceived as attractive, like, literally the difference was ridiculous. Like, people would come say hi to me, like me at the pub and shit like that. Like, I know it sounds so stupid, but like, you actually get, by men, by the way, it's so weird to have people not even treat you like a human being because they don't find you attractive. And maybe like a sort of part of myself got slightly triggered by that. And obviously I'm trying to sort of unlearn all of this stuff, but like, it's a process, it's a journey. You know, we've had these beauty standards ingrained in us since birth, and especially when you experience both sides of the coin of how fucking horrible the treatment can be when men don't perceive you as attractive. Like, literally is like, I feel like there's like a definitely sort of slightly traumatized part of you that like puts all of your worth into your looks because you know you will be treated better if you're perceived as good looking. Sorry, I don't think I made all that much sense. But yeah, no, that's just sort of been something that's on my mind. I'd love to know sort of you guys' thoughts and stuff. By the way, that wasn't me begging for compliments or anything. Please. No, everyone know that was not me begging for compliments. That's just something which I've been experiencing at the moment and something I've sort of been thinking about. Like, the way that men treat you when you become attractive to them is like fucking unreal. Like, as in the difference is unreal of treatment. But luckily I don't really see it a lot now as well. Oh, my card is full, for fuck's sake. Sorry guys, just had to clear my memory card a little bit. Yeah, no, sorry if that was a bit incoherent. It was just something that I've been thinking about that I just wanted to talk about. That's how you can tell, like, and I feel like I probably experience it a bit less now because I surround myself with men who do not put value, or at least I think don't put value in the way that women look. But yeah, no, there's definitely something to be said about like men who only treat women like humans when they're attracted to them, because as someone who has been on both sides of the coin, like, the difference is absolutely fucking stark. So let's actually pick it up a little bit here. I thought it would be fun to rate all of my hair colours and styles, because you know that TikTok sound that's like, oh, surprisingly I like this one. You know that one. You know if you know. You know if you know. Basically, I've been thinking about sort of my past hairstyles and colours and stuff, because I change my hair a lot. I change my hair so much. So I thought it would be fun to sort of like rate it. Why not? So I feel like we have to go all the way back. I'm going to start when I'm 16, because that was when, well, to be fair, I started dyeing my hair when I was 13. Anyways, so let's actually go all the way back to when I was 16 and... Sorry, I'm scrolling all the way back on my archived posts. So my hair when I was 16, I actually dyed it. It's a very, 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 very dark brown, but it looks black. And I will insert a few pictures. Personally, like, guys, we need to give some context here. We need to think about the time period, which was 2016. No, 2015. And you know what happened in 2015? Pale grunge, soft grunge Tumblr. Okay? So this, even though, like, personally, I don't think it's super complimentary on my skin tone, because I was quite pale, it did wash me out quite a lot. It was a serve. And also my hair was so healthy. This is like, in these pictures, I have no extensions. Can't believe I used to have so much hair. It literally makes me cry. No extensions. Even though it washed me out a little bit, I think it was really cute. I think it was for the time. And then after that it's just plain brown, very boring. After that, in October 2015, it was on my 17th birthday. Oh my gosh, how long ago was that? Was that 7 years ago? Oh my gosh, I'm getting so old. I bleached my hair for the first time. I actually got it done at hairdressers, because I tried to bleach it once when I was 14 and it went ginger. The ginger actually looked really good though. So this is my blonde hair. It was, not gonna lie, really, really yellow. But I would tone it myself, so it would go like this really cool grey, ashy blonde. This was a serve. This was a serve. I looked fucking cute. My hair was really healthy as well, because I was really on it with using heat protectants. I then cut it at one point. It was just so like white blonde. It looked really, really cute. I was like really, really happy with my hair at this point. So cute. So I had bleached hair for like over a year, and then I made the mistake of dyeing it grey. Okay, hear me out. This was again 2017. Grey hair was really, really trendy, okay? But it just didn't look good. First of all, my hair was so damaged because I just didn't use heat protectants on it, didn't really use any hair masks on it, didn't used to blow dry either, so it would just air dry and like look so crispy. Like my hair looked so crispy and dry during this time, and it was grey, and because it was short and grey, everyone in sixth form for like 3 months called me Jordantheresa May. It was so cruel. It was so cruel. And the thing is, you know what's the worst part about it? It's true. It's true. Like the haircut, I look like fucking Theresa May. Oh, that was such a bad time for me. Oh my God, I need to rate them out of 10. Okay. Black hair, I'm going to give that, like taking into consideration the time period, I'm giving that an 8 out of 10 because I looked good, it was cool, and my hair was really healthy. The original bleach, like the ashy blonde bleach, I would also give that an 8. That was fun. The grey, 2. It was so bad. Sorry that it keeps like cutting and I keep moving you guys. My memory card keeps getting full, but it's like full of things from my weekly vlog and I don't want to import it onto like my hard drive yet because I can't be bothered and I just want to get this over and done with. See, it's a shame. I'm having so much fun, but my episode keeps getting disturbed by technical difficulties. Yeah, no, and also because it was like the King Kylie era, I wore nothing but orange eyeshadow and brown lipstick, and I used to fill my eyebrows in with Anastasia Dip Brow. My makeup was so bad during this time. I think my boyfriend at the time also got me like Kylie Cosmetics, the like burgundy palette and the liquid lipsticks. Oh my God, such a bad time for me. Terrible, 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 terrible. Next is like short, blonde, cute. I would give that like six. Like it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not great. I got extensions for a little bit, but then I cut my hair really, really short. Didn't like this because my hair wasn't healthy enough to have it that short. So I literally just looked like Lord Farquaad. Like, I would give this like a 4. Like, it was definitely cool, edgy, but also I remember I didn't feel confident at all. Like, this was a time in my life where I just had no confidence as well. And I feel like whenever you, confidence definitely isn't always linked to your hair. But your hair does play a really big part, and I just didn't feel confident in myself at this time. And so now I sort of associate that hairstyle with like a bad time in my life, even though that's not always relevant. Like, a lot of it has to do with sort of how you feel in yourself. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. Next is I had extensions, long blonde white hair. I love this. I would again give this like a strong 8 out of 10. The problem is that like I just associate this hair and like this era of my life with like the male gaze, even though the male gaze, you can't really apply sort of male gaze to like real life because it's a media term. But I definitely sort of relate this hairstyle with like wanting men to find me attractive. And it worked. It worked. This was when men started treating me like I was an actual human being. I actually do still really, really like it though. Like, the long blonde hair became my signature. The only thing is I didn't really know how to style it very well, and I'd only style it straight, never had any layers, so it was just like a little bit like blech. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have fond memories, but it definitely was like very blah. And also like I had that hair was literally just a security blanket most of the time. Like, it was such a security blanket for me. So yeah, no, I would give that, to be fair, I'd give it a 6. I'm knocking it down to a 6. Lack of layers, lack of like style, and I was literally just hiding behind my hair because I was so insecure. Next, so I had long blonde hair for like over 2 years, and then I cut my hair short and I put pink streaks in the front. Let me go back to my normal Instagram. I cut my hair short, so it was short blonde, and I had the pink stripes in the front because obviously this was 2020 lockdown. That's what everyone was doing. Personally, I love the stripes, and I think I always will love the stripes. I literally have 2 stripes in my hair right now, so if I didn't like them, I would be a fool. Yeah, no, absolutely love the pink stripes. I think they are super, super cute. Really fun. I also really like the short hair on me. Pardon me. It was really easy to style, and I have just a lot of fond memories with this hair as well. And this was really, really when I started to gain my confidence, which is just like so nice to look back on, I guess. I don't know. Like, I have real fond memories of just knowing how like I became so confident with this hair. And yeah, no, I absolutely love it. And then I got my long hair back for a little bit, but then I cut it short again. And guys, this is just such, out of 10, I would give that an 8. Next is short blonde with the flicks. Now, if you're a real jordantheresa stan, you will know this hairstyle. I absolutely loved this hair, and I honestly think this was one of my best hair eras. Absolutely loved it. I just had so much confidence as well. I absolutely love my hair. I absolutely love myself. Like, I was absolutely obsessed, and it was just a really nice signature hairstyle, which not a lot of people were doing, and I thought it really suited me. I really, really liked it. I would genuinely give this a strong 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved this hairstyle on me. I dyed my hair pink. I would give that like a 6. Well, 6 is good, by the way. 5 is average. 6 is good. It just wasn't my favourite. And then I also dyed my hair peach, which I absolutely loved. I'd give that like an 8 as well. But the thing is that it clashed with a lot of my clothes, and that was when I was wearing like loads of colourful clothes as well. But no, I love the colour. I love the peach colour for the hair, especially because it reminds me of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And I remember years and years before I tweeted, I have to dye my hair this colour. And then I ended up dyeing my hair that colour. I don't know. I love when stuff like that happens. It was such a little full circle moment. And then I got red like extensions put in my hair, which was really cool. 1 second. And then I got a full fringe cut as well. I had long blonde hair with a full fringe. Also a serve, but fringe is such a pain in the ass to style, guys. I cannot get over how much I love myself with a fringe, but how much I hate styling it. So knocking off 2 points for that. That's a 6 out of 10. Oh, God, sorry. So next is when I dyed my hair. So I dyed my hair from bleach blonde to burgundy red. When it was long, I would give this like a 8 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. I think unfortunately it was sort of a time in my life where I didn't have a lot of confidence, but I still absolutely love my hair. My hair was so healthy, so shiny, but I feel like any sort of blonde girl that dyes their hair darker, it does just inherently make you have an existential crisis, especially when you've been like, the blonde is literally a safety blanket for you. So even though I loved it and I loved how healthy my hair was, it wasn't like the most confident time in my life. And then I cut my hair short, and the short, like with the dark red, and also my hair extensions got stained. So it was a lot darker than I wanted it to be. And I never really wanted super dark hair. And it was short and I just didn't like it. And also this was a really, really horrible time in my life as well. So I associate this hair color and haircut with that really, really horrible time in my life. So I would give the short red like a 4 because I just didn't like it. And also I had beauty works extensions and they are fucking shit. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. And then I went ginger. Long ginger hair. Loved long ginger hair. Loved long ginger hair. I would give that an 8 out of 10. And then recently I've cut my hair and put money pieces in it. I would give this like a 10. Honestly, I absolutely love this hair color and I love this haircut. And then also I did put highlights in my hair at one point, but the problem is that there's a patch of my hair which still has leftover bleach in it from when I bleached it like years and years ago. So it went a bit green. So I would give it like a 6. I just wanted to talk about my stages of hair color because I thought that was really fun. I thought it was a fun time. Sorry, we really need to start like speeding things up because I've been recording for 47 minutes and I have to go soon. I have to like put my everything on my memory card onto my hard drive. So I was going to talk about that annoying fucking guy on TikTok who's like, oh my God, guys, he's mastered the female gaze. Guys, first of all, like, I can't even be able to get into it today. I'm sorry. All I'm going to say is that the guy got exposed for having misogynistic TikToks about beating women. And guys, if the female gaze like was a thing, why would you think it would be a man? You think this random man is the epitome of the female gaze? Stand up, get a fucking grip, girls, okay? Because would these men ever say these things about us? No. Do you think any of these men would say this about a woman who doesn't sort of fit, in brackets, societal beauty standards? No, they fucking wouldn't. Anyways, I wanted to actually finish off this episode by talking about healing your inner child / inner teenager. So I haven't started doing any of these things, by the way. I just wanted to discuss it. Maybe I'll do like a whole episode about it when I try to sort of implement these things into my life. And also I want this sort of be a little discussion in the comments of like what your tips and tricks are. Basically, I have been in therapy for, 9-10 months, nearly a year now. And the whole thing with therapy is that as much as I absolutely love it, and I really get on with my therapist really, really well, which is like really lucky because he was literally the first guy I found, and the only reason I picked him was because he lives around the corner from me. So I really enjoy therapy, really get along with it. But the problem is it really uncovers some old wounds because like you don't really I'm gonna cut this real short. Therapy exposes like a lot of old wounds and traumatic events which you didn't realize were traumatic, and one of these things was I experienced some pretty traumatic teen years, like from the age of like 15 to 20 and probably a little bit earlier, were like really, really bad years in my life, and I experienced like quite a bit of trauma, and I didn't realize how traumatic they were until I went to therapy because I had really bad anxiety, really low self-esteem, and I couldn't put my finger on why. And then when you go through therapy and you talk about all these events in your life, you're like, oh, that's why. So basically, like, I've sort of been trying to go on this journey, I guess, of like healing my inner teenager. And I was talking about it with my therapist today. We had a really good session today. Shout out, Robert. And basically, like, I think an important thing is that there's healing your inner teenager, but then there's also like dwelling on the past too much. I don't want to dwell on the past because it's happened. Like, it's happened, and me dwelling on it isn't going to change it. But also, like, a part of me wants to sort of heal that part of myself, because I lost a lot of time. I feel like I've lost quite a lot of years in my life from that traumatic time in my life. So I thought maybe I would say my things of what I'm going to try and do to heal my inner teenager. First thing is I want to make a scrapbook. So Lem actually made me a really lovely scrapbook for my birthday last year, and I always had the intention of printing things off and adding them to them, but I am a young adult. I don't own a printer. Well, now I do. I bought the printer for my Brick Crew video, and extensive history of the Brick Crew. And I may as well put that printer to good use. So first of all, I want to add to mine and Lem's scrapbook. And then I also want to make a scrapbook of like my memories. And then I also want to get like a load of stationery, like pens, glitter pens, metallic pens, all pens, stickers, pom-poms, glitter. And just sort of like, you know, maybe once a week for an hour, just sit and do a little scrapbook. But also, like, using a printer makes my blood pressure go up. I don't know what the beef is between me and printers, but I literally hate using printers so much. They fill me with so much rage. So I can't even get into it today. So I want to maybe do a scrapbook once a week, because that's definitely something that I would have wanted to do when I was a teenager, but I couldn't. I also like spending time with my friends. Spending time with my boyfriend. Like, I feel like a lot of the time, like, as humans, like, in, like, a capitalist system, as much as I do really love my job, and as much as, like, my job is really rewarding, and, like, I have, like, a really, really good job. I do love my job. I feel like it's, like, whenever we do anything which aren't related to work, especially if you sort of work for yourself, you, like, feel like you're doing something bad. Like, and I don't want to associate me spending time with my loved ones to be something which is bad. So, like, now I want to see me spending time with my loved ones as, like, me healing my inner teenager. I also want to do that thing where I stick a picture of myself, my younger self, on the bathroom mirror, because then I will think, don't want to speak badly about myself, because that's who you're talking about, you know? Just going out and doing things in general. I also want to, like, dress how I like, which again I feel like it's like related to capitalism because it's related to consumption, but like I want to like dress myself and like have fun dressing up, have fun doing my makeup as well, being nice to myself, you know, which can be really, really hard. Like, you are your own worst critic, and like I am so mean to myself, like, quite a lot, and that's like not, like, it's not ideal, babes, not ideal. And then lastly, I want to try and maybe do some guided meditation or something. See, I can't do meditation because I just cannot be alone with my brain, because OCD check. So like, I always have to sort of fill things with noise, but I thought maybe guided meditation would be a good place to start. That's basically all the things I'm going to try and do to heal my inner teenager. Let me know if you guys have any other things which you do, or like ideas you have. I don't know, I thought it would be kind of cool to discuss that. But also, like, I want to heal my inner teenager, but also not dwell too much on the past. Because, like, even though so much of, like, therapy and recovery is about accepting what's happened to you and, like, processing all the trauma, also a lot of it is about, like, actually moving on, which can be the hardest part, I think. God, sorry, that ended on such a deep note, but I'm gonna finish the episode now because I have a party to go to. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the esteem podcast, and I will be back in a week's time. I promise. Okay, love you all. Goodbye.